welcome to my channel. My name is Yadi, and what I'll be doing today is a graduation pictorial kind of makeup, something very picture friendly, nothing too dramatic. I want to keep it nice and natural and timeless, so like in the future when you look back at these pictures, you don't regret your makeup choices. So yeah, if you are interested, keep on watching. I'll get right into it, and the first product I'll be using is actually a moisturizer. So the moisturizer I will be using is this one, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of just like there. I got it because of Amazon, because of TikTok. I heard it was really good, and then I heard bad things about it, so I don't know how I feel about it. So next step in this routine will be any primer. So for me, I will be using the Charlotte Tilbury primer, but any primer will work, whatever works for your skin. Everybody's skin is different. I actually haven't used this in a while. After applying the primer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. complexion duo brush to blend that into my skin. I want my skin to look nice and healthy, like radiant. Next step would be the a new foundation I just got. I've been trying it for like, I think it's been out for 2 weeks, and I got it the first week it came out. I like it. I think for a few hours it looks really nice. So yeah, I just put like a dot behind my hand, and I use my finger to kind of just put that all around my skin. And I go in with the same complexion duo brush, and I just blend that into my skin. So this is what the foundation looks like on my skin. I have combination skin, very shiny and stuff, but I always set it down and slowly it comes together. And before I keep moving on, I'm going to go into my eyebrows. I should have done my eyebrows first, but we're just gonna do them now. So I will be using the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo, and I have the color Ebony. These are the colors that show up, and I'm using their just their brush that they have. I brush my eyebrows up, and I just kind of like underline where they're at. Outline, not underline. So I focus on this part. So that's just how I do it. Something very natural and that follows my own eyebrows. And remember, your eyebrows are not the same. You can try to get them as close to, but they're not the same. Next, I will clean them up just a little bit, mainly focusing on the bottom. And I'm using an old Morphe like eyebrow brush. It doesn't even have a spool anymore, but I just use this side. I use the flat side to underline and clean up my brows. So for this, I will be using the Charlotte Tilbury Radiant Concealer, the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. So I make sure my brows are brushed up, which they are, and then I just underline. And then I brush the excess down. Alright, that works for now. The next step after the brows, I'm going to use a bronzer. So I'm going to use the Baked Bronzer by Milk Makeup. And I will go very high, like right up here. And then same thing here. This one's very easy to blend, which is why I enjoy using it, but any bronzer that you prefer to use, I would place it in this area. And I'm going to add bronzer to the bottom of my nose. And with the other side of the complexion duo brush, I'm going to kind of go into my nose and follow what my nose calls for. So I'm going to shade right where I see that I naturally have a shadow. And then I want the lines to meet in the middle. So kind of like a V. Hope the camera catches that. And then underneath, obviously, I just blend that in already. And I naturally have a shadow right here, so I'm just gonna enhance that. This is where the lines are meeting to, where I went down my nose here and here. And one of my new favorite products, I got this at the end, like last month, is the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. I'm sure if you're on TikTok, you've seen people talk about it, but it really does look very nice on the skin. This is the color that I got, and it's color medium. And I just do this, and then I kind of blend it just a little bit in the back of my hand, so on the brush it's all evenly spread out. And I go on my face, I will go right on top of where I put that bronzer earlier. I hope that the camera is capturing just how like nice and soft this looks on the skin. Next step is blush. So the blush I will be using is the Makeup by Mario blush. So this color is Dusty Rose, and sorry if it looks gross, but this is the color. It's a really pretty pink, and it's easy to blend as well. So I will be going in with that, and the brush I use for my blush is called Luxie 660 Precision. I have an accent, sorry. Precision foundation. And same thing with this. I go into my brush and I just stamp it behind my hand so that it evenly just, you know, spreads out onto the brush. And I go also very high up into my cheekbones, and I go up here, up into my temple area. The only thing I gotta say about this foundation is that it's so, like, as you can see, very shiny. Like, it's almost like oily. So if you have oily skin, I do not recommend this foundation. I'm going to use a little bit more blush and add it to my forehead area, just here, just so everything looks nice and put together, like intentionally placed there, and just, you know, like a nice puzzle that just fits in. And I will add some blush here, not too much blush, just a little bit. Alright, so after applying all of these products, the next step I will be moving on to is concealer. So for concealer, I will be using two different products. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener because I don't want to have any discoloration under my eyes. I tend to have, sometimes I have my eye bags show through the makeup a lot more than other times. So just to be on the safe side, I like to add this. And it's just a little bit, one little pump. I just place it where my eye bags are and they bother me. Right, and I go in with my brush and I kind of just set that in place. What I will do now in between is setting spray. I kind of want everything to melt in together before I add another layer of concealer. And I go in with the same brush and I push everything into my skin. I want all the product to melt together. And while I wait for that, I will add some product to my eyebrows. I will use the brow glue from NYX and brush my eyebrows up. I for sure want the tail hairs to be standing up because that gives that lifted effect to your face. Next one I'll be going in with is the Born This Way concealer in color Porcelain. So I will kind of let that sit there for a second. Okay, so the concealer has been sitting for a minute or two. I'm going to blend that in again using my fingers. The reason I let it sit for a second is because it helps with the coverage. For some reason I've seen and I've noticed that when I do this, it helps just really saturate the area so that it just, you know, you don't have any discoloration showing through. And that's why I really like this product, because honestly lately I've just been using this as like the concealer, and it just brightens enough and it's really pretty looking. So if you're into more natural makeup, I would suggest taking taking a chance with the Rare Beauty concealer. Oh, it's not a concealer, is it? The brightening, whatever that is. I'll list it down below so you can take a look. So this is what it looks like so far. Then from here, I will make sure that I don't have any creasing under my eyes, and then I'm going to set them. So what I will use to set them is a mix of the Essence Brighten Up powder, and to bake a little bit, I will be using the Veil translucent powder from Hourglass. I will use a poof, and I want to make sure to get into those creases and make sure that the powder is nice and packed in there. This is my problem side. I think that, I don't know what it is, but it always just creases. It has texture. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's like that. And now that that's there, I use my brush and I kind of just brush that in there. And I will go in with a powder to set slash bake a little bit, okay? I'm just going to place it right on top and bring it up and create like this. I will place it just brighter here because here I tend to just be dry there. So if I bake too much, my under eyes would just look like a desert. And then I will add some brightening one like right here on the long side of my nose. And I really want my face to look nice and like chiseled and like contoured, so I bronzed it, but now I'm going to add a little bit of contour, and for that I'm going to use the Shade and Light palette. Any contour will work. This is just what I have, so I'm going to use it. And I use this color right here, this color right here, like this ashy color, to contour, and then I bronze up a little bit. I could probably use this, but I'm too scared, to be honest, to go a little too heavy-handed. And go in it right here. Kind of like following the contour of my face with whatever is left on here. So that's just the contouring, and then I'm gonna bronze up a little bit just on top of that. And I want to bring those colors into like, oh, there's an eyelash in my eye, into this area of my eye, and just kind of like bring it out into my temple. And with the brightening powder, this one, I'm going to kind of use it to kind of, you know, that gap right here, kind of gonna go in there with this. I haven't gotten to my eyes. I'm going to get to that soon. For now, I will do the blush. So for blush, I will use the Dior blush. It's like this Barbie pink. I really like it. So for this, I use the small brush, and I do that. And the placement of this, I do it in a particular way. But first, I forgot to kind of push the powder I had placed earlier into my skin. I don't want to brush it away. I just push it into my skin first. And now I go in with the blush, and I just directly place it right here, right on top, above. And kind of going into like the under eye area. So for the blush, I'm gonna use a different blush. I want two-tone blush. So this blush I'm gonna use looks similar to the Makeup by Mario blush. So it's just gonna add a nice like blend. So this is the palette that I'm gonna use. And for my eyes, before I do my lips and finish everything off, I will add a little bit of concealer to my eyelid. So I will just create a blank canvas on my eyelid. I will use a setting translucent powder. I don't want it to get too bright, so I'll just use that, and I'll use whatever brush. If you have extensions, I would be careful. You don't want to get white eyelashes. Okay, and the palette I'll be using right now is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I'm using a lot of Makeup by Mario right now. It's not on purpose. It's just what I enjoy using at the moment. And I'm just going to go right on top of everything with the color Matte 1, which is just a base color. I'm going to use Matte 4, and I will add that into the crease. After that, I'm going to use Matte 5, just a little bit in there as well, so slightly darker. And I want the inner corner to be super bright because I want it to give like a cut crease effect. So I'm just going to use my finger to pick up some product from this palette. I'm going to use this Matte 1, and I'm going to place it right on the inner corner of my eye, like right here. And because I want some like shine to my lid, I'm going to use this other Makeup by Mario product. It's the Master Metallics, but you don't have to use this. You can use any your favorite like eyeshadow palette. A favorite of mine, but I'm already too deep into this, but a favorite product of mine that is very, very budget friendly is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in color Walking on Eggshells. Wet n Wild, I think it's like $6, and you could do this whole eye look with just these colors. And I'm going to use a neutral. It's Metallic 5. It's right here. And I want to add a slight wing. So the brush I'm going to use is this brush right here. It's just a black flat brush. OG YouTube. And I will use this to add a wing. So I will start with a lighter brown to create the wing. So I just follow kind of what my eye. And then with a smaller brush, I want to add the Matte 1 brightening, this first one right here, and I want to add that in the inner corner, right under my eye right here. I want my inner eye to be bright, but not white bright, just slightly brighter than my the way I set my eyes. I feel like I needed some brightening under there. I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit, just so it looks cohesive. This is my blush brush, and I'm kind of just going in there, making sure that everything's nicely blended with whatever product is in there from earlier. And last thing is lips. So for my lips, I will be using a popular favorite. Well, at least my favorite. It's the Morphe Sugar Pie. And I overline my lips slightly just in the center, so I kind of do this, and then I follow my natural line. And then for my top lip, I do this, and then I follow my lip line. This color is really pretty. As you can see, it's pretty saturated. It's very soft color, like that, just like, you know, blend it nicely. The color I will go in on top of that with is this new Line Loud lip pencil by NYX. It's called Global Citizen. And I think I will go in with the Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie by NYX. This is the look complete. As you can see, I have texture, I have all the stuffs, but if you look at me from far away, my makeup looks pretty good, I think. I'm going to set my face. I should have done this before the lip gloss, but and for this step, because I'm setting my face, I want it to be drenched. Once it's pretty dry, I'm gonna use the brush and press everything in, just so everything can kind of melt together. I was looking in the mirror and I felt like my eyes looked a little too like empty. It was missing a little bit of shadow. I would add just a little bit of a brown tone to like my under eye, just under here. I can't get my bangs to cooperate. Maybe I have to trim them, but I don't know if I want to keep them, so I don't know if I want to trim them. So this is the final look. I hope you like it. I hope that it's helpful, and congratulations if you are graduating this year or recently graduated last year. It's a big accomplishment. I know it's a lot of hard work. So congratulations. But I hope you enjoyed the makeup look. If you have any questions, go ahead and list them down below. If you have any other ideas, go ahead and list them down below as well. I'm open to anything. Doesn't have to be makeup related. I plan to be back again every week with a video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye.